So I was very good at school, like top 3 primary school, top 5 in high school kind of thing. And all the authority figures in my life were super proud of this. I haven't fully figured out yet where this comes from, but I've always had this intense need to make other people happy. So obviously I grew up to be someone with very high expectations of myself. And I went ahead and spent most of my life working hard, going above and beyond for other people, because it just felt right? Until I realized I was trans and suddenly had to face the difficult decision between not being depressed for the rest of my life and not upsetting the people around me. It sounds kind of stupid when I put it like that, but it was genuinely extremely difficult for me. And I tried my best to just conform so I wouldn't commit the crime of giving my own mental health priority in exchange for expecting the people around me to care about my happiness. But obviously you can't just not be trans if you're trans. Thankfully, people are a lot more willing to reconsider if what they want you to be is really that important, when they realize that someone they care about is genuinely so much happier. So that was probably the worst I've ever felt due to my inner people-pleasing conflict, and it made me realize maybe it's a little bit out of hand if it makes me feel this bad to be happy. And I was like, okay, this has to change. Soul-searching time. I asked myself, where does this people-pleasing nature come from? And my answer was, low self-esteem. I prioritize other people and don't expect the same grace in return because I feel like I don't deserve it. So I started putting in genuine effort to improve my self-esteem, recognizing my achievements and things about myself that make me a pretty cool guy. And it kind of worked. My self-esteem has improved a lot, and I believe I actually deserve things now. However, I started feeling extremely tired all the time. My passion to work hard dwindled, and I even started to struggle to find joy in things that used to make me happy. I still spend a lot of time just sitting around, sometimes for hours at a time, just doing nothing. Everything feels like it takes so much effort, and nothing is fun anymore. So I've been asking myself why. If I'm such a cool guy, why can't I bring myself to make the cool things that I'm good at, and reward myself for being such a cool guy by dabbling in a little video gaming or two after work? Then recently in therapy, the topic of overachievement came up and how that links to low self-esteem, causing people to work hard in an often subconscious effort to earn love and respect. And I was like, but I'm a cool guy. I don't have self-esteem issues. I know I deserve love and respect. So why do I still have this constant urge to people please? It doesn't make sense. That's when it hit me. I still go out of my way for other people, I still have this expectation of myself to work hard and achieve all the things. I just started expecting that effort to be rewarded and returned to me, which hasn't been happening. So what happens when you put a lot of effort into something and don't get the payout you're expecting? Burnout. I feel burnt out on life because I do lots of little things for others that they don't even notice, because I ask people lots of questions and show genuine interest in their lives and don't get the same back. Things like that. And I think this made me a little jaded, and I started to get frustrated with the world and with people. But the thing I realized after that therapy session is, I didn't actually fix my self-esteem issues. I just started to base my entire self-worth around the things that I thought make me a good person. I'm a cool guy because I go out of my way for other people, because I work so hard, because I was good at school, and then got salty when I wasn't rewarded for those things, because after all, I deserve it. I'm the aforementioned cool guy. Something that's been very difficult for me to accept is that the effort I put in for others is abnormal, and I can't expect everyone in the world to do the same for me. If someone answers my questions about them and doesn't ask me any in return, it doesn't mean that they don't care about my life. They're just having a conversation with me and aren't constantly thinking about how do I make this person happy and stuff like that. Something that always fascinates me is how we often don't apply our own thoughts and opinions about others to ourselves. I genuinely don't think that your worth as a person is determined by how smart you are or how hard you work. I think hustle culture is a disease, and we should be encouraging and helping people to work less hard and enjoy their lives more. But I don't give myself the same grace for some reason. Probably because it's so deeply ingrained into our society that the harder you work, the gooder you are. And I also probably secretly worry that other people don't actually think I'm a cool guy, and I need to give them a reason to believe that. So what now? I don't know. Obviously, this epiphany didn't magically cure my depression. My brain is tired and probably needs a combination of medication and therapy to get me back to a point where I do things because I want to and not because I subconsciously expect myself to. This video was sponsored by my patrons. Thank you, you absolute legends. Also, buy my game. It's on Steam and Nintendo Switch. It's cool. You can do this.